Okay, welcome back with Happy Chappy, and this is just how I've had my night, and what I've woke up to. It has been amazing to wake up, uh, to know what we are capable of as beings on a physical and non-physical level. As I found through my night, I was tapping into different areas of what I hadn't done in a while, into that light. And even now, I know I can do it right now, even if I'm speaking to you here, be tapped into that light and understand the essence of everything, how beautiful it is, and how we can make that difference in the simple form of just speaking, and where the words are coming from and where they're going to and in what form they are. Uh, and we do this every day, but we don't recognize it, and then we get stressed over things outside of life, outside of ourselves, but it's all about what we're putting out there. Missing the whole point in what we're in our actions and our own doings. So I'm just thinking, if you thought about it in a sense of when you get angry and then put that person here, and then when you get really overjoyed and happy and excited, put that person here. Just think about what goes on in here in each of them people that makes them feel that way. And how do that act as a person? Don't forget, this is you, but you can have multiple forms, and this is just two. So you could be this overly joyed, happy, exciting person. So, in fact, let's just scrap this other person. There's no need for them. Let's go to the happy person. Now, when in your life have you been in this way, in this feeling, sensing it, acting it, overjoyed with your friends, laughing, joking, jolly, whatever? And if never, create it. Think of the negative person, we'll bring that person back just in case, or it'll help explain this. So that negative one, you would look at that person and you would reflect everything about them, the total opposite. So let's go back to the positive person. So what would they be doing? How would they be acting? Um, who would be there? What would you see? What would you wear? What would be the sound you'd hear? What would you smell through the air? What would you be tasting? Um, and sense it and feel it and bring yourself into that feeling. And this was one I was thinking of yesterday, was about healing. Uh, I just think, and I do this myself, is if you want to heal from something, wherever you're at, mentally and physically, in any form of sickness, then that's the place you don't want to be, of course. But where are you focusing on? You're focusing on that. Now, I know it's difficult to focus on anything else, but I've been there, and repetition is everything because you're reprogramming your system. So the more you do it, the easier it becomes, like making a cup of tea or coffee, whatever you want to make. But yes, it's the repetition. It doesn't become difficult the more you do it. So whatever sickness you would be in, you would take your focus away from that, and you would place your focus on the most healthiest you could ever be. So if you were sat up and not very mobile, and just feeling that uncomfortableness, well, then you'd be looking at yourself, or looking to look for a place to look at, to focus on, as you up, running, running around with friends, enjoying life at the highest degree that you could think of. That you're not that person that's sitting there. That is only a version of you. You are that person that you see out ahead, that's running and sprinting, that's in their happiest way that they could be and enjoying life. That is who you are, and that's who you're aiming at by your focus. And that's who you'll become the more you focus on it. And if you think I'm lying about it in any form, how did you get anything in your life? That's all you have to do is look at it. And it'll be because you focused on it. Now, the sickness will be the same. Not saying that you focused on what sickness you had, but everything that circulates around that sickness that comes in will have brought that sickness upon you. Now, for you to move forward and find that happiness and jolly person inside you is where you need to focus and keep focusing. And it will be hard because your body will want to keep you where you're at, what it's got used to. And it will manipulate you. And so will the mind, from the thoughts that it will come from that. But you have to step in like a third party and override the whole lot by placing a focus on something. And what you will find sometimes is you'll know where you're going, but you'll be kind of lying to yourself, not telling your mind, but not telling your body, but you'll be like sitting in the background, taking yourself to there. And this will be for things that you really and truly desire, but yet you will be guiding yourself with that focus. But for any real wants or desires, you don't want to be placing it just out there. It's like something that'll come up and you'll desire it. Let it go. But know in the back of your mind that it's there and that's a goal that you're going for. But you're not going to keep focused on it. Your focus is on getting to that stage. So everything that you would do to be, say, an Olympic runner, if your mobility wasn't great, then you'd be thinking, well, I'm going to be an Olympic runner. Excuse me. Well, then you'd be doing and seeing, visualizing everything about yourself when you move, that it was all fast moving and that you had this energy that created this fast movement. And when people walk, that you walk past them because you were that fast. And you're literally changing the mind, the pathways of the mind. So you could have one pathway in the mind created that's telling you that, well, you can't do this. You're bound to where you're at. So by reprogramming the brain, you're creating a new pathway, new neural pathways in the brain that will connect and bring them thoughts to memories for the body to activate off. And you can reframe it so as in simple little things in life. So if you write with your left hand, try to write with your right hand. And you're creating new pathways. When you create them new pathways, they extend out into different areas to create other pathways, which is opening up the brain to a new version of you, a new way of thinking, a new way of being, a happier being. Just place your focus where you want to go, not where you're at. And I don't mean like today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, 5 years down the line. I mean forever. How would you like to be if you were that eternal physical being? What would that person be like? Picturing yourself like a god or something. Um, and what would be your powers that you would have? That physical being. How would you look? How would people look upon you? How would you feel? What would you be doing? Who would be with you? And keep focusing on that. And it doesn't have to be real. Uh, it's as real as you make it in here. Don't forget, it's all non-physical that creates the physical. And that's exactly what you're doing. So the more you use your imagination, be creative with it, then you will create that as it is magical world. Anyway, this is Happy Chopper and love and peace.